The European fallow deer is a forest deer. The doe is a member of the deer family. It is a beautiful deer of medium size. The European doe is a graceful, fast and graceful animal. In this article you can see a description and photos of the European fallow deer. Learn a lot of new and interesting about the life of this remarkable animal. What does a fallow deer look like? A fallow deer looks slender. This cloven-hoofed animal is naturally endowed with innate grace and excellent agility. A fallow deer has a muscular body and strong legs. The body length of the European fallow deer ranges from 130 to 180 centimeters, with a height at the withers of 80 to 100 centimeters. The animal also has a tail up to 20 centimeters long and pointed ears. Male fallow deer are significantly larger than females. The average weight of the male varies from 70 to 100 kilograms, in females it is only 40 to 70 kilograms. The average lifespan of a doe is 25 years. European fallow deer look picturesque. This is especially true of males, as they have very beautiful branching horns. Developed horns of mature male European fallow deer acquire wide shovel-shaped form with ridges along the edges. The older and bigger is the male doe, the bigger and branchier are his horns. Curiously, fallow deer drop their horns and change them for new ones. Old antlers are worn by European fallow deer until mid-spring. In winter they serve as a defense against predators. When old antlers fall off, new ones start growing immediately. In mid-August, deer rub their grown antlers against trees to peel off their dying skin. By the end of August, the new antlers are fully developed. Depending on the time of year, the doe looks different because the coloration of the animal changes. In summer, the coloring of the doe's back, sides and tail tip is brown-red with white spots. Its abdomen and legs are light, almost white. In winter the coloration of the animal is somewhat different. Its head, neck and ears become dark brown, its back and sides are almost black, and its abdomen is a light gray tint. Among fallow deer one can meet sometimes entirely white or black. The doe looks very similar to the noble deer, it is especially often compared to it. But a doe differs from a stag in size and body structure, it is smaller and lighter. However, it has a more muscular body, and its neck and limbs are shorter than those of the red deer. Also, unlike the deer, the doe changes its color. Where does a doe live? Behavior peculiarities. The doe lives in southwestern Asia, and in almost all European countries. The species has also been introduced to Australia, Argentina, New Zealand, Peru, North America, South Africa, Chile, Japan, and Madagascar. Today these areas are still home to wild doe populations. The doe is a forest animal and prefers to live in mixed forests with open grassy edges and patches of forest rich in undergrowth and young growth. The European doe lives in scrub thickets with plenty of grass. The doe adapts to different conditions. From the first months of spring to the end of summer, fallow deer are active, preferably in the morning and evening hours. During this time, they go to watering places and graze in glades in the forest. During daytime, fallow deer rest in thick shady bushes. Mainly they rest near bodies of water. In summer does live alone or in small groups of up to 10 individuals. Males and females move separately. Young calves walk with their mother. By the end of summer, groups enlarge and form large herds. Females and males join together. The size of groups of fallow deer depends on a region and area. In some cases, the number of animals can reach 80 individuals. Fallow deer live in a particular area that they do not like to leave. They are sedentary animals. Their movements are insignificant. Most of the time, animals are faithful to the same routes. They tread clear paths and trails that are very visible. Fallow deer can move in the snow and forage for food in winter. But animals are not suited to moving on deep snow. Fallow deer have an excellent sense of smell and hearing. Sight is also well developed, but it is somewhat inferior. Nature has gifted these cloven-hoofed animals with unusual agility and excellent maneuvering ability. They can easily overcome obstacles, even jumping over a 2-meter height, which is very impressive. In case of danger, they make long jumps, because they have a lot of speed and agility. Fallow deer's natural enemies include wolves that chase deer, especially in winter. It is noteworthy that fallow deer are less fearful and cautious compared to other deer species, especially when kept in protected areas. They are almost not afraid of people, approach them without fear, and even eat from hands. What does the doe eat? The European fallow deer is an extremely herbivorous animal. Therefore, it feeds mainly on grass and leaves of trees. Depending on the time of year, fallow deer eat different available plants. In spring it eats snowdrops, fresh shoots of mountain ash, willow, aspen, maple, oak, pine, and different bushes. In summer, European fallow deer eat mushrooms, berries, cereals, and legumes. Also eats acorns and chestnuts. And in winter, mostly fallow deer eat bark and branches of trees, and sometimes do harm to forests. Also in winter, fallow deer easily find under the snow edible roots and mosses thanks to their developed sense of smell. This deer's upper lip has a structure that enables it to gnaw at low-growing foliage where other ungulates cannot reach it. Baby deer. Autumn is the time of tournament fights and deer weddings. This period lasts 2.5 months, starting in September and lasting until mid-November. Male fallow deer fight so fiercely that they often break each other's necks from powerful blows. Sometimes both males and females perish by locking horns together. The males trumpet loudly, claiming their rights to the territory and the females that are on it. During this period, the older and stronger males drive away the younger males. Those animals that were born this year stay away for the entire mating season. When the mating season is over, the males leave the herd and roam on their own. In midwinter, they gather in groups to get through a difficult time together. The female herd with fawns, born in early summer, stays apart all this time. The gestation period is 7 to 8 months. Females separate from the herd, and in May-June a doe calf is born, usually alone. Newborn doe cubs follow their mother briskly after 1 week. For the first 10 days, the doe grazes near the calf hidden in the grass, then comes back to the group with it. Newborn doe calves sometimes fall prey to foxes and wild boars. At the age of 1 month, a doe calf begins to eat tender green grass. Feeding by mother's milk continues for 4 to 6 months. The growing calves are held by the mother until the next birth. Young calves become capable of reproduction at the age of 2 to 3 years. If you liked this video and want to know more interesting things about animals, subscribe to our channel and get the latest and greatest news about the animal world first.